Welcome again here to Electronics. I have this Google Home Mini that I got quite a while back, and it worked really well for a long time actually. And recently Google has decided to discontinue support for them. Recently they sent out some kind of a cloud-based AI service chatbot kind of thing to it, and it worked great. And then about a week ago it stopped working. I updated the app itself, and it just wouldn't update or connect to this device. Come to find out that they actually discontinued support for these Google Home Minis along with one other device, but basically now it just doesn't work. So this is a good opportunity to open it up, see what's inside. I do know that there is a speaker inside, and that can probably be reused to maybe make a Bluetooth speaker, which I plan to do on this just to not waste it, but also maybe add a chatbot of my own. That will probably be for another video later, so stay tuned for that. But let's just go ahead and open it up, see what we have inside. And from the outside, I don't see any seams, I don't see any screw holes, so I would presume that accessibility would be behind this little back area, and I can feel a space in there where this reset button is. I suppose that may be a screw hole. Alright, and look at that. Looks like this back sticker rubber piece comes off. Pretty decent adhesive there. See if I can get this screen spudger in there. Cut some of that glue out. Alright. There we go. Wiggle that around. Looks like that's working really good. Alright. Let's just rip this off. Alright, looks like there's a couple of screws back here. Let's go ahead and take those off. Now I'll use my automatic screwdriver here, which is great. Probably the best investment I've ever made. If you like the screwdriver, I'll include it in the link on the description of the link below. Honestly, I paid about 15 bucks for it. Got a couple years back. Works great, comes with a couple bits, and really a time saver, honestly. And this last one's under that adhesive stuff. Alright, so this back cover just pops up really nicely. That adhesive is just really on there good. That last screws out. Looks like we have a ribbon cable for this connector here, the USB Mini, and for the microphone switch, which happens to be just a regular toggle switch on there. We can more than likely hijack this particular little spot for this toggle switch if need be for the Bluetooth controller, and then maybe we can reutilize this hole here for a USB-C connection of some kind. But already I see a good amount of space here, but nothing too crazy. Let's just go and unhook this ribbon cable so we're not ripping it. There it is. There's the bottom back plate. Looks like another 4 sets of screws in here. QR code, probably manufacturing reason for that. Not too sure. And a couple more of these hex screws. And again, I'm telling you, these automatic screwdrivers are phenomenal for things like this. Battery lasts a long time and has a little nifty light on there. Alright, and looks like there's really nothing to the front of this speaker. Let's see if we can take this small speaker connector out. Certainly has to be some kind of a board in there. I want to say this is just a speaker assembly, because the speaker when it worked was actually not that bad. It was very loud, sound quality was pretty good. And it must be due to this enclosure. This looks probably about an 1.5-inch speaker or so. And that sounds pretty hollow, so not a bad speaker actually. So that definitely is going to be reused. And I do recall seeing some lights here in the front. So I presume there's a board behind here, I'm sure, with all the wireless electronics and stuff in there. That controls it also. There we go with another set of these hex screws. Whoever designed this sure wanted to put 4 and 4 everywhere, which is totally fine. Looks like there's some casted aluminum maybe for this back plate, and it's also shaped to radiate those sound waves around on the sides. I always thought that the sound went through the front, but if you see this space right here, it's all conical, and it clearly shows that the sound had gone out from the side. So funny, because I always had it pointed towards my direction. It looks like it was just radial from the sides. So very interesting. Alright, now we're going to take this plate off. Looks like it just comes up. And there we go. There's a logic board in there. Wonder what it's made out of. Looks like a couple inductors there. Surely power management. And more than likely some kind of an audio IC there. Amplifier circuit of some kind. And then here's the radio aspects of it for the wireless connection. Let's see if we can pop this off. I think it uses this adhesive here, so maybe we can just pry it off. I don't want to break the external housing, as I definitely want to reuse that. Oh, I guess I could just pull this piece right here. Alright, so that just kind of gives us an idea of the space that we're going to be working with once we have it reassembled. I mean, I can sacrifice this piece to get more space. I mean, the conical shape, sure, that's perfectly fine. But I'm not looking for this for high performance of audio or anything like that, just something quick and easy. And that'll free up some space for a battery as well in the future video. But this is the board that was inside. Got a lot of shields here. Let's see what's in there. We'll just pop these off. Again, these are discontinued. They don't work even with the app. So I can just pop these off, and I won't care whether or not I'm breaking this board, because I'm just gutting this thing to get that space and reuse that speaker. And that's on there very good. Maybe I could just start cutting from the sides. There we go. Alright, first shield. There's the chip that it utilizes. Wonder if it's a proprietary chip. Looks like there's another one. Looks like it cut me already. Alright. So here's the first one. What's in here? Looks like it's a Synaptics chip. And a, what's that second one? Can't tell on the other one, but looks like this must be the processing of it all. This right here, more than likely, it's the wireless aspect, because I do see the antennas, and that's probably actually why I got really good connection capabilities, because it actually was really good to get that antenna signal, and you can see it right there with these traces, the antenna, and then that chip, as I'm curious to see what this chip is. Maybe I can use it on something else, but I'll have to look that up to see what chip that is. So you can take a look at that, and then just another good look at these rear chips. Gonna look those up later, see if I can do anything with them. And since I'm already bleeding here, the board's very sharp. I always like to say, if you ain't bleeding, you ain't working. And it's definitely quite a bit of work digging these out. So I am curious to find out won't make this work. Alright, and there's another chip in there. The Highness chip. Maybe that's some kind of memory of some kind. Not too sure. We'll look that up later. And you see the 4 LEDs here in the center. Those were the ones that would color from the front. And I wonder where the microphone is. I wonder if it's external. No. I mean, it could be one of these two, perhaps. It could just be oscillators, but I don't know if I can get a good view on there. That could be the microphones more than likely, because they're both on each side. I'll have to look it up later. But there you have it. There's the internals of the Google Home Mini. Again, discontinued from Google. They want you to pay, I think the cheapest new ones are about 80 bucks. Maybe with about 20 bucks worth of electronics, I can make something similar to work. An independent, small LLM, maybe Llama 2, to make an easy chatbot. Hopefully make it play audio, search up on the internet through a cloud-based way, like an API. But if anything, I'll just use it as a wireless Bluetooth speaker, as I can literally just fit that in here. Again, reuse these 2 connector points and that switch and that speaker, and throw in a battery in there. Shouldn't be too hard. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this teardown, and stay tuned for the next one, which will probably be the Bluetooth speaker one. And then I'll play around with the chatbot AI solution later on. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe, and see you in the next one.